a lot of these stats don't really tell the story of this game. But when you look at the total yards, passing yards, there's a wide margin. One thing I don't like is to see LSU give up a 210-yard game from Florida's rushing offense. Our defense is now giving up 200-yard games in back-to-back weeks. Not good. We gave up over 200 yards against Southern, and 135 of those yards were when our starters were out. So, as good as this defense has been, we've now given up 3 200-yard games in 7 games this season. We haven't played Alabama yet. We haven't played Arkansas with Raheem Sanders, who's just a damn good beast at back, who's licking his chops. We get to play against anybody right now. He's just looking so good. And so you've got those two teams. We could give up 5 200-yard games this season, and potentially against Ole Miss as well. That could be 6 200-yard games given up on defense, and at the same time, our defense has looked absolutely incredible this year. It won games for our team. So it's kind of a catch 22, but I feel like it's a growing problem for our defense that we're allowing these crazy rushing performances. And here's what it is. It is indicative of a team that is being worn down, indicative of a team that is getting tired, indicative of a defense that is getting injured. And it's indicative of a defense that had to really win and stretch themselves to the limits for 6 games straight just to get LSU to 4-2. Now LSU are at 5-2 with our defense, playing this bend but don't break style tonight, where they got burnt early in the passing game. They completely clamped it down from thereafter, with Robert Steeples, Kerry Cooks absolutely showing their pedigree for DBU. Recruits, be advised, this is the DBU you want to be playing for. These guys are shut down. They made the adjustments. That's what they do. They make the adjustments. They can get beat early. This is football. That's what happens. They make the adjustments. Doesn't happen again. Really shot down the explosive plays in the passing game. But then Anthony Richardson goes for 109 yards rushing, but 81 of them are on that play, that just inexcusable play. Worst tackling I've ever seen from LSU, this defense this season. Absolutely horror show. Looks like something straight out of the Pelini playbook from 2020. The tackling looks comical, almost like a slapstick comedy. Are we watching The Honeymooners here? What is this? You're about to see it's just Charlie Chaplin walk through the door. Like, what is going on here? Anthony Richardson bouncing off like 6 tigers. I just don't understand how LSU allowed that play to happen. After the first 40 yards, it was like, okay, there's so many guys right here to get him to the ground. How did he get through? How did that happen? I'm still dumbfounded about that, but whatever. This seemed like a game where LSU wore down kind of through the middle of the defense, and then you saw guys like Harold Perkins, Baskerville, the tireless Jay Ward, Mekhi Garner with his excellent coverage, B.J. Ojolari always coming around the corner, 2 quarterback hits from him tonight. He wasn't able to get a sack, but he was constantly menacing Anthony Richardson. But those are the guys who really stood out to me on the defense for tonight and really helped us put a clamp on Florida for most of this game. Yes, Florida came back. Napier is a great coach. He was never going to have his guys lay down and quit in this game. But for all intents and purposes, Brian Kelly went into the swamp and beat that ass.